Welcome to the 112 Graphic Design 1 course inside Canvas. Let's do a quick tour so you'll be familiar with how I have my courses set up in Canvas, so you'll be familiar with how to navigate, how to find material, and how to be successful in the course. So on the far left, this is what's known as the Canvas navigation. Just to the right of that, in this second column, this is the course navigation. This may be different in different courses that you take at college or Marin. Mine will be set up consistently in all my courses. So let's take a quick look. So the best way to navigate your content, in addition to using this information on the front page, is by using the modules. The reason for that is if we click on modules, you can see that all the content is laid out sequentially. So this first section is the welcome section. If you've never used Canvas before, or if it's been a while, it's helpful to go ahead and go through this information so that you can be ready to use Canvas and have software and hardware necessary for this course. The next section is the orientation unit. It's important that you complete these assignments by the end date of February 1st, which is the Monday after the first week of classes, to avoid from being dropped. This will show that you're active, you found your way in, and that you're participating in the course. These are also assignments that help prepare you for the course itself, as well as just using the features inside Canvas. If you've taken one of my other courses, this should be a piece of cake. Next, we have the first assignment, and this assignment will open up on Sunday, the 31st at 8 a.m. All subsequent projects will do the same. So the entire unit will open up on the Sunday that project begins, so that you can start going through the material. Again, you want to go through the modules sequentially, so to help you be successful with each one of the projects and understand the process and the purpose. So the beginning has an introduction about the project. The next is always going to be a lesson, and then a quiz based on that lesson. And then we have the preliminary assignment for each project. In this case, it's sketches for our first assignment. Let's take a quick look. So if I click on that, most of my pages in Canvas are set up with tabs to help you navigate each page and all the content quickly without having to go back and scroll through. This is also helpful if you need to refer back to it and you're looking for specific information like the instructions, the criteria, or the resources and links. You don't have to scroll all the way down the page. This is also helpful if you're viewing this on a smart device like a phone or a tablet. So we can see at the beginning, it's a description with an overview of the project, in this case the assignment of the thematic icon sketches, and then we have the instructions, which give you specific steps in order to complete the assignment, the criteria of how you'll be graded and assessed for the assignment, which is also in the rubric down below. Then we have examples, so you can look at past students' work to give you kind of an example of the expectations and quality of the work. Last, we have resources and links. These will be different for each section. So most of them will be things like how to upload an assignment, but in the lab sessions and discussion sessions, this will actually also include information to how to complete the work for the class. Let's go back to modules. So you can think of modules as kind of a content page where you can jump to sections and then actually individual pages. So for the next one, let's look at the final one. I recommend doing this every time a new project opens to look at both the preliminary and then look at the final assignment, so you kind of know what you're expected to do for the final project. So again, we have an overview, the instructions, the criteria, again, which matches the rubric, and then again, examples. So here are examples of final projects by students for that same thing that we started with sketches. So again, I try to show you examples, but always read the instructions because sometimes the assignments change, but I like to show past assignments to show the breadth of work that students can complete. So that's pretty much an overview. Now the other thing we're going to be doing is using Zoom throughout this project. You can either participate in a Zoom session, which is real time, or post on a discussion. To find the Zoom times, if we click on Zoom, you can see the upcoming meetings, which are going to be for the orientation week, which will be an introduction to how to use Zoom for this course, as well as a brief introduction about the software that we'll be using in the class. There are 5 sessions listed. You only need to choose one. Likewise, subsequent weeks will have 3 times scheduled each week. Again, only one requires attendance or posting on the discussion. So if we go back to modules, and I click on a lab discussion, you'll notice that it says this topic is locked. If this ever happens, it's because it's already closed or it hasn't opened, which is the case in this example. So to alleviate that, I'm going to exit Student View and give you a behind the scenes look. So now you can see what I see, and we can see that there's a number of other categories under the canvas that have no visibility, so these will never be accessible to you. So you'll see the ones that we saw earlier. So again, if we look at the lab, here's the topics for the discussion, relevant discussion. So I always give you examples of things that are relevant to post. So things that are not relevant are like, when is this due? Look at the assignment pages. But also to help yourself and to help other students in terms of questions and answering. Instructions, and then demonstration videos. In this case, I've given you examples of the desktop and iPad versions of Illustrator and the desktop and iPad versions of Photoshop. These are both from Adobe. We'll also do a review of Acrobat and how to use Acrobat for the course, and then again, resources and links. Again, this is all Canvas because this is the orientation. So that's kind of a quick overview. Again, let's go back, and if I go to the home page, here's the syllabus where we have all the different information. So I would highly recommend reading the syllabus to understand information. And if I go back to modules, let's look at Welcome, Meet Your Instructor. So you can read some info about me, my background, and then my contact information, and then the online office hours. And so my office hours will be Mondays and Tuesdays, and then to join the office hours, which are not in the Zoom section up here, use this link here to meet. And remember that the office hours are accessible to all of my students in all of my classes, so it's not a private session. Should you need to converse with me about something private and personal regarding your class, then contact me using an email or in Canvas message to request a private Zoom session. And then we'll set that up. So I hope this kind of helps with the course. Again, read the syllabus, pay attention to the due dates, and some other questions that I'll ask about the course. And I look forward to meeting you starting the 25th.